Hello everybody, Ollamh here, and today I wanted to do a bit of a different video from what I'm used to doing. We're actually going to do a cooking video. Now, we're not going to start off with something elaborate or anything like that, because really I kind of have limited space as far as where I can set the camera up and where I can show what I'm doing and stuff like that. So today we're going to do homemade hash browns. Now, of course, you have to start off with a potato, and I've already rinsed this potato off and everything, so that's done with. Now, some people will skin the potato to begin with. Personally, I don't, mostly because of the fact that right underneath the skin is the membrane that is very high in potassium. Now, for a frame of reference, this potato comes in at about 260 grams. The single medium-sized potato is usually about 230 grams, so we'll throw up the nutritional value of just the single potato here. And, of course, the first thing you want to do when you're doing a potato like this, when you're doing hash browns, is you want to shred it. So, we're just going to take a plate here and place our shredder on it, and we're just going to shred the potato. Alright, and there we go. That is the potato shredded. Now, obviously, we want to kind of get as much of the potato shreds and everything as we can. And then we set the shredder to the side. Now here we have nice, lovely shredded potato. Now, a lot of people would say, okay, well, from here, you just throw it into a pan of oil and go at it. But actually, there's two steps that most people don't think of. You need to rinse it, and you need to dry it. So to rinse it, you can use something kind of like this, just a strainer, or you can use a colander or whatever you have that would allow you to not only drain the what water there is off of it, but also wash it. Basically, just keep running water over it. Some recipes that I've seen call for basically soaking it in a bowl of cool water until that water gets cloudy, and then drain it, rinse it with some cold water. Basically, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get as much of the starch out of the potatoes as you can before taking it to fry it. So, give me just a moment here, and I'll go and get that taken care of. Okay, so now we have strained and rinsed and thoroughly rinsed our potatoes. You want to spread them out back on the plate onto a few paper towels. Because this is the other thing, is you don't want them too moist or they're not going to fry up right. So spread them out on, like I said, on 2 or 3 paper towels. And usually what I do is put a couple more paper towels on top and basically just kind of fold them over into a packet that you can really pat and dry thoroughly. Because that's what you really want, is you want to make sure that they are going to be thoroughly dried. Not like arid and like, you know, snap in half dry. Not dehydrated, but you do want all the excess moisture that you can get off of them. Now this usually takes a little while to get done, which is fine because this gives you time to go over and start up your pan with about 1 tablespoon of oil in the pan. And so once you get that patted down, you can flip them over. And I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up, but this is really pretty damp at this point. Not thoroughly damp, but kind of damp. And you just keep drying it and just let the paper towels wick away any excess moisture. And then it's time to fry it. Now, once this is dry and you're ready to put it on, that's the perfect time to season it. And that's one of the benefits of doing homemade hash browns, is you can season them however you want. If you just want a little bit of salt and pepper, no problem. If you want chili powder, cool. If this is going to be part of, say, a breakfast burrito or something like that, you can do any type of Mexican seasoning, taco seasoning, fajita seasoning, any type of seasoning you want. I made my own seasoning, my own mixture at one point was 2 parts chili to 1 part Madras curry powder and a pinch of garlic salt. And like I said, basically just let it dry and you're ready to fry it. So let's head on over to the actual stove and we'll get this fried up and see how it turns out. Okay, and there we go. These are our hash browns. They have a very nice golden brown on top. They're not the golden brown and stark white that you're used to because they don't have a lot of the additives that a lot of people put into their frozen hash browns and their dehydrated hash browns and stuff like that. A lot of people go in and put in like enriched wheat flour and sugar and all kinds of stuff to make it taste better. Let's face it, these days, especially in the United States, we add sugar to everything. But yes, they are a nice golden brown on the top, on the bottom, same nice golden brown. And now I did touch them up a little bit. I put some, I actually put some garlic salt and just a sprinkling of paprika on them before I cooked them. Sprinkled it on top, then really worked it in and around so it's got that nice, it's flavor enhanced with the salt, and it's got a touch of paprika just to add a little bit of spice to it. And let's try them. Those are delicious. They have a nice crispness on the exterior, but all the potato on the inside, you can kind of see here, the potato on the inside is tender. It just breaks apart, soft as could be. It's nice and tender. It's not that rock solid all the way through that you get from a lot of store-bought hash browns and stuff like that. But you still have that nice crispness to it. Now, like I said, this potato was 260 grams. The normal medium-sized single-serving potato is 230 grams. With this one, you're probably looking, I think, at probably 160 calories with a ton of potassium because we didn't skin the potato beforehand. We've still got all the potassium. It doesn't have a whole lot of sodium. A potato doesn't have a whole lot of sodium in and of itself. It doesn't have a whole lot of carbohydrates. It does have some, but not a ton of them. It's just, and yeah, it's quick, it's easy. I think the total cook time took about 14 minutes, 7 minutes on each side. And like I said, the biggest advantage of this is no additives, no preservatives, no random sugar added to it for in order to hit that sweet tooth, kind of like some people's French fries. Just potato, a little bit of salt, a little bit of paprika, a little bit of oil to cook it in, and it turns out beautifully. This is this is something that I used to do every morning for breakfast, and I may go ahead and get back into doing it after having done this for you guys and really tasted it. I love this. I love homemade stuff like this rather than store-bought stuff. I will always prefer homemade. So, tell me what you think. Do you like potatoes? Do you like hash browns? But you're always afraid of the calorie count and everything that you saw in the packages. Are you going to try this for yourself? If so, send me a tweet. I'd love to see how yours turns out. Love to know what you added to it as far as seasoning and stuff like that. If you like this video, let me know. I would be happy to do more stuff like this, sometimes trying bizarre combinations like the sharp cheddar and apple pie that nobody's really sure where it started, or just strange combinations like that, strange foods like that, unique recipes, homemade recipes. Let me know what you would like to see, and I will do everything I can to do it. As always, thank you very much for watching. And don't forget to press the subscribe button down below so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions.
If you want to see some crazy,
Cheerio!
you should meet me and my friends.
Only the princess's true love could break the spell. Thanks to her brave and kind prince, two hearts became as one.
They have to follow designated pathways, even going so far as the government creating highways to connect two places more directly.